Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, good evening, and welcome to A1 Radio Show, Moonstruck TV. And this is my show, Good Vibrations. I hope your week is filled with good vibrations. You know, every time I speak to people when I do a reading, very often they bring up birds. Like people feel that when they see a cardinal, that that's their relative. And I want to make something very clear. Your relative isn't coming as a bird or a cat or a dog. They may send a bird as a message. They may send a cat as a message. I mean, I've seen lots of different messages come in a lot of varieties. But I was checking some things out on a major retailer, and I found a deck of cards, oracle cards, and it's the spiritual meaning of birds. So people get stuck on cardinals, right? They get stuck on cardinals. And what they don't realize is that every bird has a specific meaning. So, for instance, you know, usually cardinals stand out because of their red color. And of course, those are the male cardinals. The female cardinals are a little bit gray with a reddish tinge. But did you know that cardinals, when you see a cardinal, the message is about leadership, confidence, and creativity. Those are the three things associated with cardinals. So don't think next time you're getting a cardinal, it's a harbinger of a negative message, or it does mean that your loved ones aren't around you, but it may mean that they have confidence in whatever decision, that you're showing leadership. I talking about the birds around our area, we have blue jays. So for instance, every time I see a blue jay, I'll say to my kids, "Oh, dad's sending a message. Not dad is here, but dad's sending a message." Now, why a blue jay for me? My husband's name, his legal name was Jay. So when I see a blue jay, I feel like he's sending me a message. So, of course, when I opened up Blue Jay, it said family, loyalty, and communications. So that kind of reconfirmed what I was thinking about Blue Jays, that it's my family, that it's about loyalty. My husband was big on loyalty, and he's big on communicating. So he's the reason I became a medium. Another bird that we see frequently is a goose. You see those Canadian geese flying overhead, especially in the States. I don't know if you have them in Europe or in other parts of the world, but a goose means abundance, protection, and teamwork. So next time you hear those geese, honking overhead, or they're crapping up your lawn outside, understand that somebody's sending you a message that you've got abundance coming your way, that it's a sort of protection, although I wouldn't go near the geese because they do bite, they will chase you. And it's about teamwork, so that whatever you're doing with the person that you care about, one of the birds I really love to find, and you don't see them often in my area, I live on Long Island, is a hummingbird. When I lived in Arizona, in Vegas, in Nevada, I used to see a lot of hummingbirds. And one particular story, I had asked my husband, because we don't see hummingbirds very often in this area. I said, "Let me know that you're around and send me a hummingbird so I know." And I've never seen a hummingbird in this area. And sure enough, a hummingbird flew down right in front of me. And it was only there for an instant, because they move fast. So hummingbird means, the meaning of a hummingbird is vitality, energy, and joy. And I was certainly overjoyed to see a hummingbird. I knew that my husband got the message. Next is a woodpecker. We have them in abundance here. And a woodpecker is determination, commitment, and stubbornness. So next time I hear the woodpecker hitting my chimney, I'll know that my husband's approving my determination, commitment to our business and our children, and my stubbornness to stay on topic. So that's just a few. We have a caller, Nell in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm going to take a caller. And I hope that next time you see a bird flying by, know that it's not your relative, but perhaps a message to your relative. Look it up on the internet and see, what does that bird mean? And maybe you'll be able to get a message from them. Okay, Nell, go ahead.
Hi, Phyllis. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions about mediumship?
No, I don't think I do. I'm really open.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm picking up a female energy around you, and I want to ask if your mom has passed.
She has not.
Okay, so sometimes when we pick up, that energy, It could be a mother-in-law, could be a godmother, could be an aunt. Do you have any one of those 3 people that have passed?
Um, you said aunt, godmother, and what was the third one? I'm sorry.
Mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, even if you're divorced, if
Um,
mother-in-law is still there.
Mother-in-law would be out of the three. Okay,
Okay,
mother-in-law.
yeah. Yeah, she steps in. I mean, she was there right away, and it's a mother energy. Even if you're not even with her son anymore, she's still there as a mother energy. Do you have children, that are
That's
descended
awesome. I
from
do.
her?
I have you.
Yeah, and, was she around a lot?
Unfortunately, she passed away before the children were born.
Okay, so the next question I wanna ask, is there a child that has, part of her name or, some kind of part
Yes.
of her okay, yeah, that's, okay. So she wants to thank you for honoring her, and I also hear the name Katie or Catherine, living or dead. Is there a Katie or a Catherine, living or dead? Caitlin, any one of those kinda C or K names?
Not that comes to mind, but maybe.
Yeah, okay, so I always tell my sitters, "Just take that with you," because sure enough, you're gonna say, "Oh my god, I forgot about my cousin or my Aunt Katie," or whatever. But, are you still with her son?
I am not.
But are you friends?
Yes,
So you co-parent?
we do very well.
Yeah. She wants to thank you for your teamwork and loyalty because I kind of get the feeling that maybe it wasn't so easy in the beginning when you first split up.
Correct.
Okay. But you stuck with it. You refused to give in to anger, and she wants to thank you for that. Does that resonate?
It does very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. She says the kids are better for it, that you put aside your feelings to concentrate, like you sacrificed a bit of yourself to make sure that the kids would be okay. That makes sense?
It does. Thank you.
So she blesses you. I don't know if she was a religious woman, but I'm feeling that she blesses you with that. And where's the MA name? Like Marcy, Marilyn, Madeline. Where's the MA name?
Marilyn,
Yeah, who's Marilyn?
that is part of the mother-in-law's name.
Okay. All right. So she's just reconfirming that she's here. And she comes to you as like a mother and a daughter that she didn't get a chance to be your mom, I don't think. I don't think she was very long in your life, but she wants to thank
Right.
you for rising above whatever you did. Um that you really take the cake. She's like heaping so much praise on you. There's really a lot of pride in her for you. So I think she was
That
probably the
means a
last
lot.
person. Yeah, I think she was probably the last person you expected to hear from today, but she's front and center. So, you know about my book. I don't know if you do or not, but I have a book, 366 Affirmations and Inspirations to Live By. So I would ask you to pick a page number 1 to 366, and let's see if there's another message in whatever you pick here.
44, please.
44, 44. Okay. What it says here is, I love what I love, and that's okay. And I want to say I have a male stepping forward. Do you have a father in spirit?
I,
Hi, you broke up. Hello?
yes, I do.
Yeah. Um, was your father here? Was your father close with you through life?
Mostly, yes, ma'am.
What he's saying is that he validates that whatever it is that you say that you love, maybe he was at odds with you while he was here, that maybe you said you loved being a painter, or maybe you loved this person, or maybe you loved your life, whatever it was, and maybe he didn't support that. He understands it now. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and he says, like your statement is, I love what I love, and that's okay. And he's actually saying whatever I did to kind of um, dissuade you or maybe push you in another direction. You're your own person, and whatever you love, that's okay. He appreciates it. Do you understand that? That resonates?
I do. Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And do you have a dog in spirit?
I do.
Your father has
Sorry,
the dog?
I'm like so excited.
Okay, I'm glad. He showed me a dog, and I don't know if there was an S name associated, like Scurvy. I don't know. It's like an S name or a Sassy, or I don't know if that's another dog. But does the name with the S mean anything?
I'm not offhand.
Okay, just keep that because you may have had a pet even when you were younger, but your father wants you to know that he's
Okay.
got your dog and he's taking care of your dog. Was this like a hunting dog?
That's what come to mind as soon as you said that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because
Uh,
he's enjoying it.
okay. I think about a dog named Racket.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, definitely I didn't get the name, but
Okay.
he has the dog, he showed me a hunting dog that he's like I can almost see them out in like, it's like a leafy, grassy area, and they're like flushing out birds, and that's why I asked if it was a hunting dog. But he wants
Oh,
you to know that
okay.
he take care of it, and was your father a hunter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that makes sense. So, was he together with your mom as a
Not when
couple?
he passed,
Not when he
but
passed.
he was correct.
He he was married to her, correct? They were together as a couple.
Yes, they were. Yes, for several
Yeah, but
years.
he was separate way. He was not with her when he passed, but they were a couple because he calls out to please tell mom I love her. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, I'm going to be
Thank
taking
you.
another caller and watch for birds. Like we said, birds have messages, so watch for the birds. Your father's sending them your way. Okay,
Thank you so much for everything.
you're welcome. So now we're going to take Suzanne in Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, or
Hello.
maybe the North Canada. Hi, Suzanne. How are you?
Good. I'm fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you
Yeah.
have any questions before I start that you wanted to ask a medium? Something related to what we do, not so much about family or whatever.
Uh, well, I don't really know how to ask this, but I'm not really sure what like we- silly that's going on in our house. Um, what I mean by that is, um, yeah, because I'm very self, but I've a lot of trickster if it's just somebody to connect with us. Like the one of our lights in our living room keeps going on. It's not a malfunction. It's not anything weird, going on, and it only goes on at random times. And I don't know. I mean, there are other things, of course. Um, that's just one of the things.
Okay,
Anyways,
well,
yeah.
I, ju-
So that's
I,
it.
yeah, I think a lot of times we'll get something like that'll happen, lights will flicker, and it's usually one of our loved ones calling us to like I don't want to say calling us, my phone just rang, so it distracted me, but letting us know
Oh,
they're around. For instance, that happens a lot with Christmas lights. People will be stringing lights, and when I'm doing a reading, I'll say to them something like, was there several of the lights that were out and they flickered when you put them on? That was your father letting you know that he was there, helping you string those lights. It's usually not a trickster. It's not I don't generally believe in spirits. I believe in our spirits, our loved ones. So I want to ask you if you have a
hmm,
father or a father-in-law in spirit.
both,
Both. Yeah, and
both, or yeah. Mm.
I want to talk about your father. First of all, um, oh, you're in Prince Edward because I heard Edward. So I don't know. Was any
Actually,
named Edward?
it's actually oh,
Yeah,
that's
go
Nova
ahead.
Scotia. We're in Nova Scotia is a province. So yes,
Right.
we're in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. So yeah, were you in good communication with your father-in-law, or was there some distance between you?
Uh, I mean, we weren't really close, but I mean, we quite. I mean, enough, I guess. Yeah,
Okay, so and you were close with, because I feel like one of these two male figures you had a better connection with, that there was a closer connection. So would you say you were closer with your dad than your father-in-law?
uh, very much with my
Right.
father. Yes.
Right. And I feel like there was a communication problem with your father-in-law. Was he like not communicative, or maybe towards the end of his life could he not speak? There's something about him not being able to speak. Does that resonate with you?
Possibly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I think he'd like to apologize that he wasn't more open. Does that make sense to you? Like, I feel almost as though
Yes.
he, okay, all right. Like, if you,
Yes.
what I do is I feel your father's around me, and one father is right up close, and I feel like, we're
Oh,
best friends, and the other father is sort of hanging back and is just shy or not communicative. And this is your husband's father, correct?
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and, was there some kind of fight over there, a family fight between brothers or between father and son?
Um, no, not really. Not a fight. Um, I don't know. I don't really I don't know. Like, not everybody was as close as they should have been, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling frost, like it's a frostiness. So I don't know if it was a fight or there's this frostiness or this lack of communication. He really wants to apologize that he wasn't more forthcoming. And where is the CH name, like Chris or Charles or Carl? Where is the CH
Oh,
or the
oh, that's my husband's middle name, Charles.
Okay. All right. Charles is, so I know I'm definitely with your father-in-law. And where are
Okay.
two boys? Like, where are their two sons or two brothers? Where are two brothers?
So, my husband is the second, and his brother is the youngest. So there's
Okay.
girl, boy, girl, boy.
Yeah, because I definitely feel that I'm with your father-in-law. And would you say
Okay.
that maybe your husband wouldn't really believe in this kind of stuff? He'd be kind of like, "Oh, that stuff is not real," or whatever.
Oh no, he's very open. He's very
Okay, if
open,
he's
like I am.
open. Okay, so even
He's very,
your
yeah.
brother-in-law, what he's saying is that your father-in-law is saying, like, nobody's gonna believe that he's actually coming through. It's like, he's laughing because he says, "I would be the last person anyone would expect to hear from." And
Well, yeah, that's about. Yep, that's you got it. You nailed it. Yep.
okay,
Yep.
and was there somebody
Um,
with the nickname Monkey, or what's the significance of the name Monkey?
monkey. I don't know. Oh, um, monkey. Um, I don't know if it's a little thing. Um, my sister would call our grandson, oh, poor little monkey, because when he's not feeling well or something. I don't know if that's anything, any
Well,
significance. That's silliness, but
yeah, I mean, that's the first time I've heard monkey, so I'm gonna say that's definitely definitely validation that this would be his grandson, correct? So, and that would be your sister
um,
or his
the,
daughter.
well, the one that I'm talking about would be our grandson and possibly his great grandson. Oh,
Great-grand.
yes, yeah, great. It would be great.
Okay. Yeah, so it's in his family line. So when every time they would call him poor little monkey or whatever, your father-in-law was there. He heard it. Whether he was
Oh,
in spirit or here, he definitely heard it. So he's letting you know that this is definitely
oh,
him. So I kind of think that the lights
oh,
are your father-in-law trying to get your attention to say, I'm here and I'm ready to talk.
oh,
Um,
oh.
and
Okay.
yeah, and where he couldn't be, let's say, close in life, he's close now. Did you have a tree or
Oh,
something planted in his memory?
not that I know of. We're actually in a different part of Canada than everybody else. So I don't know if
Okay.
they're possibly maybe getting one. Maybe they're getting one. Yeah.
Okay, I would say, ask the family. And whatever happened, was it to him, was his stomach or his digestive system involved?
Um, he had, I think he had cancer. Yeah,
Because what
I
he's
don't know
showing
what
me is
kind of
this
cancer.
lower.
He's some
I feel like it's in the abdomen
pos-
area. Like, I feel it's below the chest, whatever
pos-
was going on.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a book, 366 Affirmations and Inspirations to Live By. If you pick a page 1 to 366, we'll see if there's a message possibly from either your dad or your father-in-law.
Oh, you want me to pick a page
Pick a page number, yeah, and I'll read it.
from 1 to 366? You said.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay. My favorite number 3.
3. Okay,
Yeah.
that's funny. My favorite number's 4. Okay,
Okay.
change changing my mind is a strength and does not show weakness. So I feel this is coming more from your dad. And I don't know if you're going through something now where you're changing your mind. Do I retire? Do I not retire? Do we move? Do we? And you're waffling between two different notions of doing it or not doing it. I don't know what it is, but are you having any kind of big decision coming up?
No, not any, not that I'm aware of. No, not
Okay,
really.
so
No.
keep it in mind that if you change your mind, that your father from the
Hmm.
other side, you're close with your dad, he's letting you know that it's a sign of strength to pull out before you make a bad decision. That don't be afraid to change your mind, even if it's at the last minute. Even it could be something like buying a car, going on a vacation. Like you're going on a vacation and then all of a sudden you say, you know what? Nope, we're not going. People say, oh, she's weak, that she changed her mind, before she, whatever it is. But what your dad is saying,
Hmm.
no, it shows a good gut instinct, and pay attention to your gut. You have those feelings. You get those feelings in your gut,
Yeah.
know, and he wants you to
I
listen
know.
to them. Do you do this kind of work? Do you do mediumship?
I don't do. I should actually. I should be a little more confident in it. But I am very. How do I say this? Intuitive. Um, I
Yes.
can see things and pick things up very much. Yeah.
Well, your father says, do something about it. Take a course.
Oh.
Read a book.
Oh.
Do something with it. I started doing this late in life. It was about 6 years ago, right before the pandemic, and right after I lost my husband,
Yeah.
I started taking mediumship courses.
Oh.
And, so I'm only
Wow.
doing mediumship for 3 years, and it's a very teachable,
Wow.
uh, skill, especially because we all have intuition. There's no gifts involved. It's all
Yeah.
about just
Right. Right.
exercising those mediumship muscles, like really, taking them out, dusting them off, and exercising them. So he's indicating that you should go ahead and do something with it. He is giving you messages. The fact that you do feel something in the house, it could be that they're trying to get a message to
Okay.
you.
Okay. Um, Now, I don't know if it's fair to ask. I know a lot of people are kind of like on the fence about this, but health wise for myself, yeah.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not picking up any kind of
Right.
dread around you. I'm not picking up any of the, and just like you get feelings, right? You would know, your father says you would
Yeah.
know. But make sure you keep up on all of the
Right.
things you're supposed to do, those darn colonoscopies and going to the eye
I
doctor.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I'm
s
very.
yeah, I do it too. It's like, in fact, as when my husband passed away, that was one of the first thing I did. That's part of the grief thing. As soon as he passed, I started
Yeah.
lining all my doctor's
I'm
appointments
sorry.
that
Oh.
neglected. Yeah, while he was
Oh.
ill, I neglected a lot of those things. But, and even now,
Sorry to that.
I'm 7 years out, thank you. 7 years out, I make sure that I follow up with all the correct,
Exactly.
all the doctor's appointments you're supposed to do. So,
Yeah.
having some trouble walking, is there anything wrong with your knee, or you're having a little bit of a difficulty with a foot or walking?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
In my lower legs. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm picking that up. he would suggest to you that, you take care of it by going to a doctor and making sure it's nothing, nothing that needs to be looked at, but doing massage, and maybe better shoes. Are you not wearing like soft shoes, like with the insoles, something with a cushion?
Like an orthotic. Um,
Hmm.
Funny enough, you should say that. My husband gave me hell for that. I do have I do have orthotics, which is they're not the prettiest, but
Right.
if it saves my legs, right? Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
we reach a certain age and we got to put the Louboutins away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know when the last time I wore heels. Um, because what happens as we get older, our calves, the muscles get shortened for some reason. I don't know why, but
Okay.
that's what happens. And we have to really pay attention to wear
Yeah.
a sturdy shoe. So, you
Right.
know, that's why I keep the lower. Hey, you don't see my feet on the radio. Let's see. Yeah.
Ah, ah,
Not the most
that's
attractive
funny.
part, but what are you gonna do? We gotta take care of ourselves, and then there's also the thing about balance that we have to make sure that we're careful as we get older. We have to watch out where we're walking and how we're walking. So, your dad showed me feet and orthotic shoes, so I think you're getting the message loud and clear, and, you should thank your
Yeah.
husband for taking care of you like that. But it was nice meeting you, and I hope you enjoyed this little reading.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay.
You're welcome. And if anyone wants a longer reading, please head over to my website, www.ladyphyllis.com. You can book a 30-minute or 60-minute or even an hour and a half session on a Zoom. I can talk to you anywhere in the world. Class starts in August, so if you're interested in seeing if you've got the right stuff to be a medium too, it's a 10-session course. Use promo code CLASS30, CLASS 30, and get 30% off tuition. And all classes are recorded, so you'll get a recording even if you're not there. And once you pay for a class, once you pay your tuition, you can sit in the classes for the rest of whatever, however long I do classes, you can sit in and over and over and over again, do it over and over. It was nice seeing you. I hope you have a week filled with great vibration, not good vibrations, but great vibrations. And thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone.